So yesterday, EA finally released some relevant news for Madden 16, which just so happens to be regarding my favorite mode in the game, Connected Franchise. I've played Connected Franchises online leagues my entire life, ever since even with Tecmo Bowl, before it was online. Me and my buddies used to pick a team each, play the whole season. Even with Madden, before you could play online, we did the same thing. And now that we can play online, this is really just what I do. This is the mode that I love to play the most. So we're going to get right into some of the features they added and what I think about it. And we're going to start with the two that I like the most. The first one is the commissioner being able to sim a free win. And I absolutely love this feature. To me, this is the second most wanted thing that I wanted before they released any details. And the reason I like it is because I hate computer games. I don't want to play against a computer. I don't play Madden ever against the computer. Ever, ever, ever. I like to play against real people. So to me, being able to take away that hour spent is just a big issue. Anytime my opponent can't play or something and I have to play a computer game, I just dread it. The other reason I love it so much is with XP in the game, I really don't like the rich get richer mentality to begin with. I don't even like the fact that XP is in the game. But being able to sim a win really goes against people, even when they say, oh, well, you can only get this many yards or this. I mean, basically, you just get to that point and then sub in a different receiver anyway. So those caps on yards and stuff, they do not work. So what I really like is the fact that no longer can you really stat pad against the computer. I mean, I could put up 100 points, no problem in a game, throw for 1,200 yards in a game if you're in a league with no rules, and that's just really, really lame. So I love the fact that we can now be in leagues where no computer games will be played, and we're just going to be able to sim the win. The other thing is, let's say I'm at work and it's about 45 minutes till advance. I get home. My opponent said he's going to be there. He's not there. Now I got to play against a computer to get the win, blah, blah, blah. Solves all the problem. Commish, just boom, sim me a win. Done. So I love that. The second biggest thing that I love is the fact that we've got a practice mode in Madden. This, to me, is a big, giant step in the right direction because really, really annoyed that we couldn't test out our team in any way other than just playing our games. So while this isn't perfect for me, because my number one requested feature that I would have wanted in the game is being able to export your franchise team and play against whoever it is that you want. There's nothing better than playing unranked games with your team in your CFM. Against anybody. Can be league people, can be just anybody. Now, unfortunately, they don't have that yet, but I'm hoping that they do get it in the future. So these two things, going forward, I'm not going to be greedy and just hope I get everything in one step, even though we've waited years for all these things to begin with, so there's no guarantee that we ever will get everything that we want. I do love the fact that we've got these things right now. So that is a huge, giant step in the right direction. Really good so far. So let's get into some of the other things that they added. So I said that I don't really like XP, which is true. I don't like the rich get richer mentality, even though I'm one on the richer side. It's just, it ruins, I like the idea that people, I don't want to always see the same people at the bottom. It'd be nice if they were able to compete. And I just think that the game should go back to, they could just gain XP, but we have no control over what we put it on. It just goes on everything random, and then it becomes at least a little more even, because we already know that people are going to put it on block shedding and hit power and so on and so forth. All those ratings that we know are important in Madden. Even though there's other ratings in the game that aren't important, we're going to stock it up on the biggest ratings. But with all that said, they do have XP, so that is just what we're going to have to live with, and that's fine. It is what it is. So I'm going to try to enjoy it as much as I can. And they've added a feature where they have drive goals now. In the past, it was like impossible. They had game goals, and you never knew what the heck. I remember I tried to go on the website one time and look through all my players as I was playing the game to see what goals I needed and stuff like that. It was impossible. So they added a new thing where you have drive goals. So basically, once a drive starts on offense or defense, in the top corner, it's going to show what goal you need to get. And then you can try and accomplish that goal throughout that drive, whether it's 2 sacks on defense, whether it's, like you see in the picture, Blake Bortles needs 3 completions to gain XP and confidence. So if in that drive, without a turnover or anything like that, if in that drive he gets 3 completions, you get that goal. I like that. That actually adds, if they're going to have XP, to me that adds a little bit of fun to it. Now, on the other side, I've heard a couple people say, well, that just means that people are just going to force the ball to certain guys and blah, blah, blah. Well, for you sim guys that are real hardcore, that can be an issue for you. That's not an issue for me. I don't care. If I can't stop somebody that's going to force a ball to somebody, that's on me. And that's just that simple. To me, that's on me. So I don't care about any of that. At least you're stat padding against a human. To me, if you could stat pad as much as you want against a human, the part that became cheesy was stat padding against a computer. I mean, 1,200 yards, they had no control over it. You just ran money plays. At least a user can manually, get in the way of who it is that you're trying to throw to or this and that. At least they have a say in what happens. So to me, this is definitely a fun aspect for XP. I really do like this. And I like the fact that they, have season goals at the bottom of the screen. As you saw, Allen Robinson had 3 of 25 receptions for his season goal, so that's 12%. And it just kind of updates as you're playing your game and stuff like that. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like these little pop-ups and stuff while you're playing, which is fine. I can understand that. But, at least it makes it a little bit more fun as far as XP goes. So I really don't mind that at all. Now let me hear. I'm going to go and look at a couple other of these screenshots. Okay, so they really revamped the entire way that the CFM looks, which to me I really like. I really was not a fan of the way that they had the CFM before. All the different screens and things they had to go searching, and I could never even remember, even though I was in CFMs all the time, I could never remember where to go to users and where to do free agents, and I'd always forget to, where do I do my depth chart, where do I do this, where do I do that. Really hated that. And based on the screenshot that they showed here for week 3, where it says week 3, I kind of really like that. It looks good, looks different, so that's definitely something that I really enjoy. The other thing that they did was they made depth chart like a Madden Ultimate Team, which, even though I don't like Madden Ultimate Team, this is definitely a very positive thing because, in the past when you go to set your depth chart, you're at quarterback and then, okay, you set it and then you got to hold right trigger and go down on the stick and then go to wide receiver and then, go to tight end and all that stuff. Well, at least here, it's right on one page and you can just do your offense on one page, your defense on the other. I really, really like that, especially because now it's got the XP for all the players right on the player card. So when you're doing your depth, you actually see how much XP they have. So this is an advantage for if, let's say, you want to get a certain guy some XP. Well, you can see right there, hey, maybe I'll put this guy as a starter because maybe I want to get his XP up to a little bit more, and then I can progress him and so on and so forth. So I definitely like that style when it comes to the way they do the depth charts. That's definitely really, really nice. Now, the other thing that I really like is the fact that, let's see right here, in the draft, instead of being able to, or not even being able to, but having to scroll through all the ratings, there was nothing worse than sometimes it'd be like, how much hit power is it? I'd sort by hit power, or I'd sort by on offense catch or speed or acceleration, and I'd do that, but then anytime I wanted to go look at other things, I had to scroll. Okay, so the highest acceleration guy, but who's got the highest route running within that? And I'd have to go and scroll over to route running, or then I have to scroll back to speed, or scroll over to catching traffic. All the ratings now for the player when you're doing a draft, rookie draft, or anything like that, is all on one page. It's 3 boxes of 5 rating attributes, so that's 15 attributes all on one page. No more scrolling. I absolutely love that. The other thing is Combine is now an off-season stage, which is pretty cool. You're not going to be doing the 40-yard dash. You're not going to do the bench press or the vertical jump. But what it's telling you is where your players ranked in some of these things. So, for instance, in the picture, it says that the 40-yard dash, he was first. In the jump, he was 20th. And then the broad jump, he was 20th. In the 3-cone, he was 4th. The 20-yard shuttle, he was 4th. So for each player, it's going to show those things, and I really, really like that. It's just an added aspect. I know a lot of the hardcore guys love the idea. You know, the combine's becoming a really big thing in the NFL, so this is definitely something that I think a lot of people will like. It's not a huge deal for me, but it is a little bit of realism added to the mode. And what else do we have? You know, I don't really see too much else right now based on the pictures that I'm looking at. But Connected Franchise definitely got some updates, and who knows? You know, I was just talking to somebody about it, about the fact that we can't export our team, and that was the one thing that I was really hoping for, because in CFM, to me, a lot of the guys that I know and myself have been screaming and yelling for the ability to export our team. And then Madden Ultimate Team comes along, and right away you can play unranked games with your MUT team. And that just drives me nuts. The fact that we begged and begged and begged and begged for this, and they didn't even think about it. Nobody even asked for it in Madden Ultimate Team. And you're able to play unranked games with your MUT team. That just drove me nuts. So what I'm hoping is that somehow within the share feature, because it is in the game, you can share rosters and stuff like that, even though they've did the big deep dive for Connected Franchise, there are a couple things that they've left out, even some small little things. So I'm hoping that maybe they do an update on the share feature, which then talks about being able to export your CFM team or do these things. So holding out a little bit of hope, even though I know the chances are slim. But Connected Franchise, I can't wait until the game comes out so I can start my league and just go with all these new features that they've added. It's not like a ton of new features, but I like that it's different, and I like that there's a few things. Those 2 things are really 2 of the top 5 things that I wanted to be within Connected Franchise. So I'm not going to be too greedy. 2 of 5 isn't bad, especially considering the year before and the year before and the year before I got 0. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys are excited for Madden 16. Hope you guys are excited for a CFM. Maybe we'll even do a CFM next year. I don't know. I know I'm going to be pretty busy, but who knows? Maybe we can get one going. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think of these things, and I'll see you soon.